Hey up, lads. It's Yellowfang42. Okay, never doing that again. Hello. We are here with the Xehanort fight comparison, in which I go back and forth between the first time I beat Kingdom Hearts 3 and when I later beat it again at level 99. Same file, same thing. Just a little bit of comparison of how I do different mechanics and stuff. So we're going to start off with the first fight, and then we'll move to the level 99 fight, and then I'll make some observations based on the footage here. So, without further ado, let's get started.
What's going on? Are you serious?
Oh, I don't think they're the locals.
Ready? Huh? Yeah. Fire! Gotcha! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Take this! Here we go! Back at ya! Back off! Yeah. Time for some magic. Yeah. Yeah. Back off! Strike! Heal! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Back off! There! Go! Yeah!
So let's start with the level 36 Kingdom Key, first time finishing this fight. As you can see, I tend to do dodge roll to try to speed up the time. I don't have glide at the moment, at least it appears so. And I'm just trying to get a bearing on things. I was looking for some chests at the time and trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, and there we go. We start off with a couple of combos. It's Whiff City up in here. A couple of follow-ups with magic, a lot better than I used to. And I end up using a shot lock. It tends to be my favorite opener. I tend to use shot locks in multiple battles, in boss battles, especially in Birth by Sleep, especially since Birth by Sleep. But as you can see, I get a little bit of a combo off here, try to start the form change, and just trying to get myself in position, in bearings. I try to get the high ground, bam, right in the back. I tend to not pay attention to where I'm at, just because prior to this, the only technical defeats that I'd had were from the Port Royal world, specifically, well, actually it was Caribbean, but Port Royal, I'm in KH2 mode. But prior to that, not much. Anyway, I head into this area, which is the kind of focal point of the fight. I fire off a Donald meteor strike, whatever it is, I forgot, fireworks. Long story short, get some damage in, try to do some combos with some magic, throw in a safety heal as a backup, and I end up just trying to close the gap by pressing X. That's not how it works, but brain says press X when go, go, go. And here I use the iframes from the shot lock to try to get some pause and not get brutalized by the Marluxia clone. It somewhat works, and then I try to use another shot lock here to try to get some more shots off, maybe finish off the fight. Doesn't exactly work because they all disappear and they are getting ready for the desperation move. Prior to this, I had never seen the desperation move, so I was like, whoa, what is this? That is the coolest thing ever. And gives you a moment of shock and awe, and now I'm just getting into figuring out where to go, ending up dodge rolling, because that's what I do. I see beams, I dodge roll. And I don't know the block button is a thing for some reason. Block button is apparently not my friend, but I get tossed around a bit before I throw down Meteor and finish off the fight. Overall, Whiff City, not really much of a sense of timing or strategy. We're starting this analysis a little bit earlier because 1, Ultima Weapon, 2, 99 levels equals very fast fight. So I start off by going to the left, doing a little bit of rolls to make things go faster, and glide as well. And I have a lot faster reaction. I see them, I start fighting, and I throw down the combos like crazy. I don't know why specifically I'm gunning for Xehanort. I keep turning off and on the lock, so then that way the closest enemy to me gets the hit. Which just so happens to be Xemnas. Oh, wait, no, that's not Xemnas. That looks like Vanitas. But in short, I'm throwing down a lot of combos with the ultimate form. I threw right into it. I'm getting knocked around quite a bit, but I don't seem to care very much. I'm just having a blast doing the press X to win and forgetting what a block button is. But I throw down some pretty good combos. I'm getting my bearings, getting knocked around still. Quite a bit, actually, and I throw down about 2 thunders and the fight is over. Overall, I do a lot better in the not whiffing department, but elsewise, yeah. Also, I skipped the DM entirely.
Xehanort!
We are just getting started.
Yes!
Concede!
See ya!
Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Not a chance. Succeed.
Nice.
Succeed.
Back at you.
Pathetic.
See ya. Go get him! Back off!
Come on.
Back off!
Be gone.
Heal! Back off!
I think not. Come on. Pathetic. think you have won?
Xehanort!
We are just getting started. Be gone!
There! It's over! Got him!
What?
Move on! Get back off! Try this!
Be gone!
Back at you! Got him! Get there! So long!
Be gone!
I know what's going on! Back at you! Go get him!
Pathetic. You left our
Back at ya!
You think you have won?
So this is the first stage of the Armored Xehanort fight. It's a 3-act fight, and I'm definitely getting my bearings, and I'm definitely trying to recover what I took down from the shot lock. I'm getting knocked around by a lot of the gravity pull-in attacks, and I'm just trying to get some distance, trying to figure out, okay, where is the fight gonna be? What am I gonna do? I don't know why I was having this problem, because I had technically seen this fight before, but for some reason I just wasn't getting it through my head. I'm getting batted around a ton throughout this. I think it was performance anxiety, because I did finish this fight off in front of some friends I had at the time. I'm getting knocked around. Donald healed me, but I still threw down a potion because I wasn't quite paying attention. I'm just... Oh, hey! For once I actually know the meaning of the word block button. I get some more recovery of my focus, but not quite enough, and I decide to throw down a focus potion. That's what I did. And for some reason I keep standing there. I'm doing some dodge rolls, doing some blocking, trying to actually throw in some real combos. I think I was trying to make it very cinematic at the time. Obviously, don't try to make it cinematic unless you actually know what you're doing, but I was just having a fun time with it. I was finishing it. I had been ranting about being so excited, never being so excited to beat up an old man before in my life until then. Yeah, I'm just getting bodied by all of this. And he smacks me down. I try to use Goofy as my meat shield, and instead Xehanort goes straight for me, just shreds me to bits, while Goofy does 0 damage on him. And it's another cycle of getting lifted through the air. I throw down some thunders to get some more damage down, because thunder seems to be my favorite magic use. And as I'm trying to figure out, okay, I need to heal, and I realize, oh, this is one of those attacks that just pulls you in. And I can't dodge that. I don't know how to dodge it yet. I will figure that out at a later date. And I end up standing there, and I realize, oh hey, I can use my focus. I'm going to use a shot lock, because shot locks are life. And that ends up punching me into the next phase. Now, I'm here in the underwater phase, and it's a lot more of just me being confused and forgetting how to use the swimming controls, because it had been a while since I had been in the Caribbean and also been swimming and using the swim controls in the first place. I very much use the press X to win strat. I finally figured out, oh yeah, I can swim faster, get away, try to get a bearing on my surroundings, but it doesn't quite work because I don't use it at the time when the attacks are trying to pull me in, and obviously that ends up being to my detriment. I don't end up losing in this fight, but it does show to be a consistent problem throughout. But I do manage to get some damage off on him, and I end up whiffing quite a few combos. I'm trying to get out of the circle even though it's following me. It doesn't quite work because I still haven't figured it out. I decide to steer around the shots that are being thrown at me. I run right into one for some reason, and I figure out, oh, I can use the swim faster module, and a lot of this is also dealing with my terrible depth perception. This is where my depth perception goes to die, because I can't quite figure out where I am physically in comparison to the attacks, to the space, trying to figure out, okay, where is Xehanort in comparison to me? What's the distance? How do I close the distance? Like that beam right there, I thought that that was in front of me instead of right on top of me. But I still finished the fight. In the last phase of the fight, this is once again a demonstration of don't make your fights cinematic if you want them to go fast. I get knocked around so much throughout this fight. I am trying to figure out what is going on, oh no, there's another beam and a bunch of other beams I have to avoid. I do actually have some semblance of control with myself. I'm waiting to land on the ground. I realize that I'm not going back down to the ground at all. And once again, I'm just getting smacked so much, and I finally get to retaliate. It's only a couple of combos. So I decide to throw down some thunders because I was like, okay, I can't get any distance. And so I close the distance and throw down a blizzard on him. I'm not sure how effective that is, but I end up using a lot more thunders, and I'm shifting through the I decide to try to get a potion and just let myself get dragged into that. And in the process of trying to get the potion, I accidentally activated my rage form, and I was just like, well, this is my life now. It got me to the full heal, but I have not noticed yet that I am only pressing I'm on the magic selection and not on the magic, and I'm just like, what in the Sam Hill is this? How dare? I finally get in there and get in some decent damage as the Rage Form Sora. I'm still getting smacked around quite a bit and getting comboed, and whoo boy, beautiful cinematics, but geez Louise. And I finally get some extra damage on him. I'm knocking him around, and I finish it off, thank goodness, and I don't have to lose my health, but I get zip-zoomed and slammed so badly. I throw down a heal to try to recover, I get smacked around again, and I'm just kind of, I don't know what it is, but I decide to try another shot lock, and I'm like, what in the world? I pull another shot lock, and finally I do a whiff and a swing, and it finally is over. So, as you might expect, the level 99 fight goes much faster than the original fight, but I am not immune to getting knocked around because it has been a while. However, I do get some dodges in, and I do throw down the finisher for the ultimate form. What I've noticed throughout this particular fight using Ultima is that I end up avoiding the shot lock entirely. I end up relying a lot more on combos and magic in order to get me through the fight, and a couple of the help commands. As you can see, I throw down another thunder, I get the ultimate form activated, and I use that to get him away from me. I'm throwing down a lot more combos. He does the beam activation as per usual in the fight, and I start dodging. I'm thinking about, okay, how on earth am I going to do more damage on this guy? I try to get myself on the ground, try to get my bearings, and I'm staying well away and bouncing around back and forth using the flow combo. I don't know why I'm doing that. I get knocked around again, I throw down some more dodges, combos, and trying to get some extra damage on him. I kind of wish I had thrown down the finisher a lot sooner rather than when he was hiding in there, because it ends up just whiffing it entirely. And he smacks me around quite a bit, and I'm just throwing down a huge whiffed combo, but so is he, so we're even. He starts using the gravity attack to suck everybody in, and I think I'm safe, but nope, holding onto a ledge does not save me. Goofy Bombardier gets thrown down again, except this time I am not smacked in the face. I am successful in getting some damage off, and it does quite a bit. And that takes me to the next phase. Back into the underwater phase at level 99, I am a lot more familiar with the water combat now. I'm getting in a lot more hits at the very start, and turning off and on my lock-on commands. I'm using my attacks to avoid getting hit, and doing quite a bit more damage in a shorter period of time. I'm using the swim faster command to get myself in and out of situations. I'm firing off. He's trying to smack me away like a bee that keeps on buzzing around him, but I am not going away. I decide to avoid some of the attacks using the swim faster function. I swim right into a barrier, but that's fine. I'll be fine. And I avoid those gravity attacks and go straight for him right into the wall, and it punts me right into the next phase. I think throughout this particular fight, you can describe it the same way that you describe the first words of the Iliad, rage, or I believe wrath, because I do not hesitate. I try a shot lock for 5 seconds, and I am just immediately trying to throw combos. I whiff one immediately. The beam goes off pretty quickly, and I get straight into figuring out, okay, where am I at, avoiding things. My depth perception is still pretty bad, but I know exactly where I need to go. I know how to dodge and get out of the way. He's going after me, I'm going back after him and throwing down some pretty bad combos. He grabs my face and throws me to the ground, but I'm fine. This is fine for me. I do not care about what he does. He doesn't even get a chance to pull me into the gravity attack because I am throwing down thunders like nobody's business. I throw down a heal as a safety measure. I just dive right into the gravity attack, actually, never mind. And I throw down a lot more combos, and those combos are what finishes the fight.
There is one sky, one destiny. Come, Kingdom Hearts! Judgment! Come on! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Keyblade! No escape! Farewell! Your reward. Be gone! Enlighten me! Kingdom Hearts! Higher! Be gone! Be gone! Come on! Be gone! Be gone! Come on! Be gone! Be gone!
Back off! Back off!
Judgment!
Yeah!
Come on!
Nice!
Come on! Be gone! Come on!
That was close. My shield ready! Go get him!
Be gone! It ends here and now. There is one sky, one destiny. Come, Kingdom Hearts!
Here we go!
It's over! Enlighten me! It ends here and now.
Now this one is still forever an absolute gem to me. The final Xehanort fight, especially with the music. I start off with doing some blocks, getting knocked around a bit, just trying to figure out how this is gonna look in overall. I definitely learned to use the block button in the last few minutes. Donald and Goofy are backing me up with a lot of magic and throwing the shield around. I'm doing some recoveries every time I get knocked. I'm doing a lot of waiting and seeing what Xehanort's going to do. And of course this does end up dragging out the fight. Once again, cinematic tendency. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to enjoy this fight because I didn't know if I was going to do this a second time. Obviously I did. I have done this fight once every few whiles when I just really need to hammer out some frustration, and I'm just like, alright, time to fight Xehanort. And as you can see here, I throw in some combos with Goofy. I get knocked around a little bit more. I think it's just I was trying to enjoy the fight as it was, throw down some thunders, get smacked around again. I seem to enjoy getting smacked around in game. I don't know why. I mean, I have the health pool to back myself up. I throw down another fire, I throw down another fire, and I fire off Flare Force to get him off my back and smack him into the air. I think I was kind of in awe at that moment of how high he was getting knocked, and I throw down the combo, and that takes me to the next phase. As expected, I tend to do the wait and see, and that is what ends up getting me juggled into the air, but it ends up also giving me a quick elevator because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to jump that high. Donald shot some fire. I'm doing some blocking to try to avoid getting smacked immediately. I'm really trying to get a beat on how the fight's going. I'm doing some dodge rolls, doing some blocks. Not quite doing a lot of damage yet. Donald and Goofy are very gung-ho moment. I'm doing a lot more dodging and blocking. It's definitely an improvement from the previous sections of the fight, and I start trying to throw some combos. I immediately get punished for it, and I manage to avoid the thunders, which Donald and Goofy do not. As you can see, their health bars are dropping. I'm spamming dodge roll because I have no idea what's going on anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go and get this dude. And I start dodge rolling, and I decide to fire off flare force in order to stop getting smacked around. And the fireworks, of course, go crazy and do a ton of damage. I throw down some blizzards and end up getting taken into the phase where you get forced into rage form. And in this one, I end up doing combo with Central, where I'm just trying to find out where he is to smack him, instead of doing the normal thing, which is to lock on. Obviously, I didn't get to lock on him until exactly that moment, and I immediately go in for the kill. I am not hesitating at all, which is good. I'm not hesitating because I can't really do any heals, I can't do any magic, I can only smack, and that is something that I am very good at. I get smacked around quite a bit again. Donald and Goofy are also getting destroyed. I'm just trying to get my light back so then I can get back to my usual combos and to be able to heal myself. Because while I do trust Donald, and actually in my Kingdom Hearts 1 playthrough, I actually was able to trust my party members a lot more, to the point where my finale fight was awful. But that's for another time, but I trust Donald and Goofy completely, and I end up finishing off the combo, and I do a little bit of extra beating before I get into this, and that section does quite a bit of damage, but it is not enough to finish him off, and we go straight into the DM phase, where I can't really smack him around, and I just decide, okay, block time, and I block up the wazoo. Except for the beams. The beams I keep getting smacked around by. It's a pattern of block the shadow figures, get hit by a beam. Block the shadow figures, dodge them, get hit by a beam. It's kind of repetitive, but I get used to the rhythm and then I just get beamed like crazy. It's pretty nasty if you don't have enough health, but it starts off with the loop the fight. I throw down some thunders because I'm like, okay, I'm sick and tired of this. And I just get immediately juggled back, and I decide to throw down a potion because I don't have any magic and Donald's not doing anything. And for some reason, I'm not doing any reaction, I'm not doing any counterattacks or anything. I'm just doing a lot of wait and see. I think it's because I'm trying to get as much health as possible, because I didn't know exactly how this ending would be. In the process of editing, I have noticed and realized, oh, I was the first one of the bunch to do this. Or at least so I thought. But there's a lot of blocking, a lot of dodging. I try to throw down a shot lock. I am just like, what? And completely whiff it. And I'm just like, okay, it's time. I do some dodge rolls. I avoid the thunders. I'm trying to figure out where he is. And I'm like, okay, combo time. And I finish it off. And I realize, oh, triangle time. From here, there isn't actually a technique, really. It's more of just getting through this last segment, but as you can see, Donald and Goofy are on next to no HP, while I have almost full, and this is unavoidable if you don't know, but you probably already know if you're watching this, and I was kind of stunned into silence right here. I had no idea that this is what's supposed to be the death screen. No idea. I was just sitting there in silence until the heartbeat. And when the voices came out of the controller, I was like, oh, this is different. And as you know, we get through the fight. Once the button is pushed, it's over. There's no real need to do any button pushing. There's no final flick of a controller. It's just, you have pushed the button. It's over for Xehanort. And that was the end of my first playthrough using the Kingdom Key, because I wanted to be a cinematic and dramatic person. And topping off the end of this video is my level 99 fight with Xehanort. I immediately start off with some dodges, get smacked a couple times with a few combos. I throw down the ultimate form transformation immediately, and I get smacked again, and I decide to finish it off. I'm not sure exactly why I did that. I don't know why I'm allergic to some of the good combos, because those are really fun combos to throw around, and I haven't used it as much. And I decide to go on the aggressive side, and that takes me out of the first phase super quickly. Even with the smacking around that goes on, at a certain point, I never touch the ground from there. And that brings us to the second half of the fight, where immediately we start with me dodging, but I still get juggled by the last 3 or so, and I go straight into the air. I am going after him on the offensive and the aggressive, because I am like, I want to see how fast I can go with this Keyblade, with these levels, and I am throwing down combos left and right. I'm whiffing them like crazy, but I am just having a blast. Even if I get smacked around a couple of times, I'm going straight to him, barely leveling up. I throw down Goofy right at his face. I believe that I don't hit this. No, I do not. He dodges, and he tries to stab me in the back. It doesn't work, because I am not invincible, but I am pretty powerful. And I decide to do the finisher, and that takes me directly into the phase where you are forced into rage form. And once again, I am on the aggressive. I go straight for him, and this time I do a little bit of combo whiffing, out of habit, because I see beams, I need to smack something, I don't like getting hit. And I just go right after him despite getting smacked around quite a bit. A lot more than the previous one, but I'm getting a lot more hits in to try to get things back. And as you can see in the corner, the HP bar is a lot lower than in the previous fight, and this ends up making a huge difference, because with this, and I didn't know this at the time of the recording, but this makes me skip the DM phase entirely. All I have to do is press the triangle. I don't realize this until the last second. Like, I get smacked once or twice, and then I realize, oh, it's time. And that is pretty much it. And with that, that is the conclusion of this video. I leave you with the stats from the finale of the first time I finished the game. I believe I cleared it in about 40-ish hours. It will show very shortly. Please feel free to peruse the rest of my channel, look around, and keep an eye out for any future videos by subscribing, liking, and so forth. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.